It's all very well us doing a distribution and telling women and girls that they should be able to talk about periods openly and that they can go skipping down the road with a tampon in hand, waving it about, and you'll be absolutely fine. That doesn't work if they then go home and their husbands and fathers and brothers continue the shaming cycle. There's also the fact that, for example, in NGOs, like the majority of directors of the WASH sector, so the water and sanitation sector, are actually men. And so if we're not educating the NGO sector as well, then you can easily have situations where period poverty and menstrual health education, etc., is not prioritised, which is what is happening. And then also getting men and boys involved in the conversation on the community level as well, because it's all very well us doing a distribution and telling women and girls that they should be able to talk about periods openly and that they can go skipping down the road with a tampon in hand, waving it about, and you'll be absolutely fine. That doesn't work if they then go home and their husbands and fathers and brothers continue the shaming cycle. But we've seen like really amazing results. So for example, in Lebanon, when we first started, we were distributing our pads through a free shop. So it's literally a shop where you can go and get everything for free. You get tokens, but you get the dignity of a shopping experience rather than just being handed out donations. Anyway, so we were supplying our pads in there, and initially we had to do the distribution behind a curtain at the back of the shop. The men had to like all leave the shop. Distributions were women only, etc. And like within months, and now like 5 years later, the men who run the shop, along with the women, are just as involved in the menstrual health project. They are trying to find ways to get the pads over the border to Syria, for example. They're trying to like convince us to get pad making sessions running, and they're the ones sorting and packing the pads and doing the checkout, etc. So you see how this changes so quickly once you start normalizing the conversation. Because if for your whole life you are never allowed to talk about a subject, then why would you, unless it's broached in a different way, right?